Hey guys, this time I'm going to show you how we make yogurt at home. Yogurt making is really interesting. You basically just convert milk proteins into yogurt by creating an environment that lets yogurt bacteria multiply like crazy. The method we use is loosely based on a WikiHow article, linked in the video description, and some advice from my brother and a bit of trial and error. On screen is the main steps we're going to go over, so let's jump right in. First, start by pulling some plain yogurt out of the fridge and set it on the counter. This contains the live bacteria that we're going to use as a starter or seed for the rest of the yogurt. Leaving it out for a bit will allow it to slowly warm up a bit to room temperature. Next, we need to scald the milk by floating the jug of milk in heated water. Basically, this just kills off any and everything in the milk, so the yogurt bacteria won't be competing with any other bacteria. Side note here, the container of milk should not be all the way full, so pour out a few ounces before starting. Also, it doesn't matter what percentage milk fat you use, because the yogurt bacteria is interested in the milk proteins and not the milk fat. Check the temperature every so often until it's between 170 and 180 degrees Fahrenheit. For us, that usually takes a little more than half an hour. Once it has been scalded, it now needs to come down to a temperature that will accommodate the yogurt growth. Dump out the hot water and then fill the same pot with ice water. We check the temperature every so often and then pull it out of the ice bath once the temperature is below 120 Fahrenheit, but preferably still just a little over 110 Fahrenheit. For us, this usually takes just 5 or so minutes. Now that our yogurt's nutritional source is ready, we just need to add the yogurt so it can multiply. Unfortunately, most yogurt doesn't pour very easily, so we just add a little of that warm milk to the starter that we've had sitting out, mix it up, and then pour it back into the milk jug. We don't want to overfill the jug, which is why we poured out a few ounces of the milk before scalding. So, add the starter to the jug of scalded and cooled milk, and now you just need to wait for the yogurt colony to convert the milk into yogurt. The best way to ensure that all of the milk converts over to yogurt is to maintain ideal growing conditions. Basically, keep it in the ideal temperature range, which is around 110 Fahrenheit. We do this with an insulated container we slap together that we affectionately refer to as the Yogurtron. But I've heard of people maintaining temperature with a crock pot or other low or slow heat source. For a gallon-sized jug, we generally let it chooch for about 24 hours. At this point, you have yogurt intermingled with whey protein, a byproduct of the biological process that produces the yogurt. It is perfectly safe and healthy to eat, but it makes the yogurt runny, so we strain it out. Speaking of which, we strain our yogurt using a nested set of large Tupperware, where the inside container has an array of holes drilled into it, which are covered up with a coffee filter. The coffee filter will allow the whey to pass, but will trap the yogurt behind. Now you just wait again, except this time the yogurt goes into the fridge. Depending on the geometry of your straining apparatus, you may need to drain off the strained whey every few hours. If you extract a lot of whey, your yogurt will be thicker, more like Greek yogurt. Well, now that you've got a mountain of plain yogurt, you can do whatever you want. Eat it with cereal or granola or fruit, or use it in cooking, or just eat it straight. Plain yogurt is not super appetizing to us, so we usually add a bunch of sugar and flavor extracts, typically vanilla flavoring, but I'm personally fond of strawberry flavoring as well. So, if you eat a lot of yogurt, or you just like doing cool stuff in the kitchen, give this a shot and let me know how it goes in the comments. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here on the channel. Have a good one.